Welcome, everybody, to the Detroit Cast, Mike and Jay. Shalom, Big E. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen.
How are you, my friend?
Quite well.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
God, it seems fucking weird all of a sudden. Like when things are weird.
Nothing should be weird. We were the last ones in the studio, like 8 hours ago.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was like, why do my headphones sound so much louder? Whatever. I'm just glad you were able to come over here, Jay. Thank you for being able to donate an hour.
Pleasure to be here.
Of course. No, I had a little plumbing issue going on upstairs. And so I'm the only one here during the day. So it's like, I got to wait on these guys. They give you the big fucking window. It's like, okay. And
I thought maybe you were helping them plumb. That's
no,
why you're...
You know what? If it wasn't for the duck scar I've got
You'd
going
be
on,
plumbing yourself?
I would have plumbed.
Come on.
No, I wouldn't plumb. It's just, that stuff is just
What's the nature of the
nasty.
plumb job?
There's some sort of go-between with the small bathroom up there, right?
Okay.
And
The powder room, some may call it.
sure.
Or the room in which E jacked off. Some might
Was
call
that
it
the jack-off room? I thought the one down here. No, it was that one upstairs, wasn't it? Son of a bitch. We took a black light to that thing, didn't we?
He plugged it up.
What'd you do when you jacked up? What do you...
4 years ago.
Well, you know, I mean, it's got to start. The plug's got to start somewhere.
Actually, if I remember, the black light also reveled that there wasn't exactly the cleanest around that toilet.
Well, you know, I mean,
That was nasty, man.
well, you know, I mean, again, you know, I don't like this new Easus who when the topic is you find a way to spin it back and make, you know, so there was some urine droplets on the side of the bowl,
man?
whatever.
You know, that was the same thing. That was a okay. I jacked off if
I know you
dude,
lied about it too.
Okay, fine. But here's the thing, dude. Beth wouldn't even walk by the bathroom.
Yeah, it was that gross.
But then she had sex in my bed at the hotel that
Great
one night.
point,
I
yeah.
mean, it's like,
Yeah.
So you know what? Whatever. Some seminal fluid. Give me a fucking break.
Yeah.
Seminal fluid.
It's not that big of a deal.
Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Would you want?
It's not like I
He's
shat it on the wall though or something.
Seminal
and, like,
fluid.
No, in an ideal world, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But I think his point is, it didn't hurt anything in the end.
Well,
It was.
I don't know.
It's just like one time I was house sitting. I was doing one of my dog sitting things, and I was like
Going through the underwear drawer?
Just don't
Oh,
jack
God.
off.
Whoa.
Just don't jack off, in my room or something. And it's like you're about to go to a fucking Airbnb where there's been people just loads off
Yeah.
left and right in these beds.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
what
true.
is the difference?
You're probably on film, right?
right, exactly.
Yeah.
In said Airbnb.
So anyway, there's some tie between the drainage of the kitchen and that little powder room bathroom toilet. I don't know why. It's got a fucked up
Nothing
design.
a snake can't handle, right?
Well, yeah, you would think, but the piping is done weird in there for some reason. It goes from like a 3-inch up top down to a 2-inch.
Oh.
Which is
Ooh, that
just
doesn't
Just
sound
saving
good.
inches.
yeah. Someone got chintzy with an inch, and it's costing me dearly now. So I had to have my man Justin over here to take another shot at it, crack at it. So anyway, it's held things up, and you've got a tight schedule as always. So I'm glad you're able to come over, give us an hour, and then you'll probably have to book out.
Again, it's my distinct pleasure.
Good. Congratulations are in order to you today,
Why is
sir.
that?
Well, for the first time in the long, storied history of men's basketball program at Michigan State University,
yeah.
first time ever ranked #1 in the preseason AP poll.
Surprises me, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
But what, that you
I feel like there,
haven't been...
yeah, I feel like there should have been prior years. Where,
Oh,
no?
you guys that think your universities
Don't make this into a U of M football.
that you think they're better than they are. They're where they deserve to be, Jay. Well, they've been ranked twice a couple times.
Twice. Two.
Ranked #2
Yeah.
in the preseason. Michigan nowhere on there at all. They do not have much faith in Michigan. Is their team supposed to suck this year?
Well, I mean, the biggest reason that I think that the team was good is not there anymore.
Oh, the coach, yeah.
Jonathan Beeline off to the
Yeah.
Cavs.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So fucking mad.
Yeah, that's a bummer. That's a
Just-
bummer.
Yeah, Jawan just landed a 5-star, though.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yes,
All
did.
right. Good for him.
Maybe he'll be good. I hope he will be. But
Well, they're really. I know this means nothing. It's just kind of a
Means
feather in the
dick.
cap. But it really means dick. But they did get. It's
all about the tournament.
Of the 65 votes, they get 60 first place.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, the only other teams to get even votes at all for #1, Kentucky got 2 and Kansas got 3.
Kentucky.
Yep, and then ran out the top 5. You got Duke at 4, Louisville And then Florida, Maryland, Gonzaga, the usuals, North Carolina, Villanova.
I think Gonzaga just they had a closed practice, which I think you're allowed to do now. The NCAA allows you to meet with another team behind closed doors and practice preseason. And I think they got smoked by Gonzaga. State did, yeah.
No kidding.
Yep. Did the same thing last year.
Why would they want that behind closed door? Like
it's just like a scrimmage, you know?
Scrimmage, yeah. It's kind of cool. Even Izzo was like, never? Not once.
Yeah.
People were thinking like, even the Magic Bird championship team, and it was like, nope, they started at 7 in that one. They beat Lawrence Bird.
Well, it should be an interesting year. A lot of pressure on them.
Yeah. Not really. It just, all that matters is March.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Just get into the tournament and go from there.
One of the many great things about college basketball is you can lose some games. No big deal.
And you're not afraid to start the season off with Kentucky.
You should.
Yeah.
You should start, State has proven that. You see some different styles, you see some real hard teams, and you grow from that.
Who do they have someone this year early on?
They have a lot
Kentucky?
Kentucky, Duke. I mean, they're playing some big boys.
Good. Speaking of basketball, Michael Jordan. He doesn't do many interviews.
Never heard of him.
Next. You mean Michael B. Jordan, the actor? Is that who we're talking about?
Yeah, how did that guy not take a stage name?
I know, right? Because he had parents that were probably huge Michael Jordan fans. And it's like, hey, our last name is Jordan. And they forced him to go with a B. He's an initial. He's got to go with a middle initial now.
Maybe he looked like it would, it would grab attention.
Yeah.
Ooh, Michael Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan. Yeah.
He's the guy from Creed, right?
Yes. Okay. I was trying to think of it, too. I was like, was he an Avenger? Was he one of the superheroes? He might have been that, too.
Yeah, he's in Black Panther as well, I think.
Yeah, okay. But, yeah, Michael Jordan.
Did not play Gleek. That was someone else.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's right. He was the Black Panther. Yeah, not Gleek.
I don't know that he was Black Panther. Was he the lead in that? I don't know. Jesus can handle this.
Are you talking about the standalone
Black Panther
movie or the one where... not Black Panther, it's the
oh boy, here we go.
I know. It's the one with all the Avengers, the
wading
chick,
into a swamp
Hawkeye guy, and the fucking
How big
Iron
of a
Man.
douche is that guy, by the way? Jeremy, what's his name?
Yeah, have you been reading those stories about him?
Yes.
Oh.
How about his stupid Jeep commercials? Apparently he's in a band, and he's like cross-promoting his band via Jeep commercial.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding.
I wondered why he was in a Jeep commercial.
Yeah, he's just looking sweet. He's such a douche, man.
He's a total douche.
Jeremy Renner.
He's Hurt Locker. Is that where he first came on all of our radars? He did an interview with Stern, and Stern is like, "Is it really true that you're
Mensa?
You've got a Mensa IQ genius." And it's just, I got.
I don't like to talk about it, Howard.
Like what? Like 140 is Mensa. I think E's 125 or something. Remember? And I was 118. Which put us in, higher education.
That's right. I forgot about that online Mensa quiz.
Genius. Yeah. And he's like, so like 140 is genius level. What are you, Jeremy? He's like, I don't know, Howard, like 170 or something. And I'm like, you fucking douche. And the whole interview was like that.
Yeah.
He's just too cool for the room. Yeah, but he has a kid with that chick, and now they're broken up.
Yeah.
And what is just a custody fight, and then it becomes a
lot of assault charges and so forth going back, and
lots of what was it, 3-ways and fucking
drug
shit.
He's claiming his ex-wife was just a total sex hound.
Really?
Like sculpting these crazy naked women, and leaving them in, just like planting them in their kitchen. And there's like this woman with her legs spread and stuff. And
but weren't they saying like he's bringing like chicks over all the time too? I thought like his daughter was like, the daddy's friends came over last night, Jenny and Jill and Crystal and Stacy, and it was like 8 fucking chicks, all chick names, and they're in the hot tub. He's leaving blow everywhere on counters, tops, and it sounds like a real mess. I hate reading that stuff. I guess it's going to come out in in the court allegations. That's how we're going to get to know about it.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, these guys that get into a relationship with someone and then all their shit gets spilled to the world. It's got to just suck.
Jay, did you hear? I don't know if either of you guys heard this or whatever, but he was the one that Trump like helped save out. It was ASAP Rocky. How do you pronounce his
ASAP?
ASAP Rocky.
Yeah.
He came out and talking about how he thinks he's a sex addict or so. he's just like, ever since I've been a kid, I've just been really horny or something. And he talks about like,
Get in line, man.
Right. I mean,
You're
right.
a dude.
I know. It's so funny.
The president's
dude.
like, we hit it off immediately. I was the same way. Still am. Real hound us too.
He actually said in the interview also, I think that he had to buy a $100,000 bed because it wasn't enough. It had to make sure it was a sturdy bed for all his sexcapades.
Oh, ASAP.
You know, I would expect more from ASAP.
No,
Rocky.
see, the thing is,
a little
underneath-
humble pie.
The thing is, to me, it's like I think it's just like that's the thing. It's just a young dude who now can get laid a lot. So it's just like,
Yeah.
of course you know what I mean. If
Shit's
you're
on.
fucking 21 and all of a sudden you're
Yeah.
just a worldwide rapper or whatever, of course you're gonna fucking just be drilling chicks. Like that's the funny thing.
I know.
Like,
Take the governor off, man. We would all be doing a lot of things we probably shouldn't if you absolutely remove the governor from.
Chadwick
a sex-
Boseman played Black Panther, while Michael B. Jordan
I don't know who that is.
played
like,
Eric
yeah.
Killmonger in Black Panther.
I assume that's high just because it's high in the list of the page there. So
Co-starring Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, and Lupita Nyong'o.
I don't see anybody playing Gleek. That's weird.
Yeah, that's. I think Gleek comes around in the second installment.
Okay.
So that's where you're going to see him. But Michael Jordan doesn't do many interviews. You know that dude's worth $1.9 billion now.
God damn.
1.9
Branding,
billion.
man.
Isn't that incredible? Between Nike branding and then finally getting into ownership, getting into a franchise.
Which one does he own again?
Hornets.
Oh, Hornets, right.
Yeah.
Originally Bobcats.
Yeah.
Originally Hornets.
Yeah. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's I guess he was talking about, so he did an interview with Today Show or something, and he's opening up about the latest stages of his life, you know, being a grandpa now, being Grandpa Mike, and you know, philanthropic things that he's doing now, giving a lot of money to hospitals and getting involved with. It's like, oh no, but you know, I'm interested in his opinion on paying college athletes, you know, which he thinks should be done on some level, but he has no idea how.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks for that.
Yeah.
That's great.
So
Thanks,
do
Mike.
we all,
Yeah.
dude.
In a perfect world, yes, we would all like to see that as well. But yeah, he's worried about this special that's coming out on them. ESPN 10-part documentary on the 97-98 Bulls team. Wow. And Jordan's like, yeah, I think it might be a little too raw for people. And I'm like, no, that's good, Mike. That's what people are going to want to see is that shit. He's like, from my perspective, I think it might be too revealing. He's famously competitive and a dick really hard on teammates. And so he's like, the reaction to this, I don't know what people are going to think when they watch this. I didn't want to do it, in all honesty. It's raw enough that people will not understand the mentality it takes to be a winner and a leader at that level. And I'm still nervous about it. It's going to be interesting when you see how people interpret the whole thing. Well, now I want to watch it.
Oh, this was the Luke Longley team. I'm looking at the roster.
This was his final one.
This is the one where they beat the Jazz in the finals, right?
Was it the Jazz they played?
Yes.
I don't remember. Yeah, this was his second. He retired for a second time after that, and then he came back and played with wherever for a couple of years too. But yeah, he's given a ton of money, dude. $3 million for hurricane relief, $5 million for the National Museum of African American History, untold millions to support Chicago charities. Dropped $7 million on the Novant Health Michael Jordan Family Medical Center, which is a couple facilities that help uninsured patients, so they don't, you know, families don't just go bankrupt. That's kind of their specialty. Sounds kind of cool. He does not want to discuss China at all.
Yeah,
you know,
step in that one.
And son of a bitch has an out. He's like, look, we've got some ongoing litigation over, you know, my name and likeness being used in China, and so I really don't want to talk about anything. And I'm like, oh, you get off lucky.
Great
this time.
answer.
Yeah.
My lawyers, you know, they told me that's
boy, do I got some strong opinions too, and you would love to hear them. But guys, my hands are tied here. What are you gonna do? Yeah, but Jordan was famous for never wanting to get involved with shit. Remember that? Like he famously said, "Well, Republicans buy sneakers too," or something like that. Remember that famous quote?
Sure.
So yeah, he would.
Yeah, he never spoke out on social issues or anything like that. Yeah.
And he thinks it's cool.
He just dribbled the damn ball.
Hell yeah.
Exactly. It sounds like he was just so focused on what he was doing when he was playing. He's like, I was a basketball player. That's all I did. That's it. He's like Jerry Rice in that respect. This is what Jerry Rice is like. annoying in fact. Like, have to be working out and mastering this craft at all costs, no matter what, every hour of every day. And it's like, dude, can you just chill out and go for dinner once in a while or something? But that's what gets him the greatness. Like, he's saying, like, he didn't even have time to, like, make a comment about some social ill in society because he was just got to get better at basketball.
Probably didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. And that he does say that. He's like, I think it's great if players want to get involved in that stuff now and speak out. You know, they've got strong platforms. But, you know, I would just hope they would know what they're talking about. I'm like, yeah, that's the problem, Mike. They know what they're talking about when they're talking about X's and O's on a fucking court.
Yeah.
They don't in a lot of other respects, but whatever.
They went 62-20 that year, 37-4 at home. Fun season, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going to the Bulls game. Guess what? You're probably going to see a win.
37-4.
Yeah, they were really good.
How does that compare to the Warriors season they had? Remember a couple years ago, didn't they have 70, some crazy amount?
Their record season? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they might have broken this Bulls record, if I'm remembering correctly.
Really?
But yeah,
you might
by
be right.
a few games, yeah.
I still think the Tigers start in '84 is more impressive.
Oh, yeah.
than either of those.
35-5.
35-4, yeah.
Amazing.
Baseball.
Yes.
Just because it's baseball.
So unpredictable.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy, who can forget Bill Wennington's season?
Yeah.
The 7-footer out of Canada.
Was he on that team?
He was. They had Rodman, Scottie Pippen, Luke Longley, Tony Kukoc, Steve Kerr.
What's his name? Oh, Tony Kukoc.
Yeah.
Is he the one they
Croatian?
beat the shit out of in the Olympics?
In the Olympics,
yeah. Okay.
And then
How many guys got taken for a ride and ended up walking away with like 4 rings?
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
just like Judd Bushler, you mean?
yeah, exactly. The Judd Bushlers of the world.
But Ron Harper, yeah, Steve Kerr, they're important pieces of that team.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen, Dennis Rodman. Yeah, great team.
Yeah, for sure. Crazy. He said, when you think of Steve Kerr, or not Steve Kerr, but Steph Curry, you think Hall of Famer?
Yeah, just because basketball is so easy, you know?
I mean, he's
They're
already
so
won
liberal in who gets in.
3 championships. I mean, I would have just thought, oh, that's just an automatic. But Jordan's like, he's got a little work to do. He's I'm like, really? Like, guys, like league MVP a couple times, 3 world titles. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, a couple more years of, you know, maybe not as high level as he's been, but pretty close, and he's for sure there.
Yeah. I would
just because basketball is what it is. You know, if you're talking baseball is so hard to get in.
Right.
But yeah, man, they let everybody in.
So I thought that's why. I mean, the fact that it's even up for a question, I was like, okay.
Hey everybody, Hamlin Pubs, they're inviting you to their 6 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, their drinks, their atmosphere. You might try the chicken share if you're there. I don't know.
Oh, I might.
Whether you're watching the game with your buddies or out for a meal with the family, it's always a great time at their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, 2 Shelby Township locations, and of course their newest location in Richmond.
E, do you have that piece of paper, that other story with the videos I had on there?
I didn't take it away from you.
Oh, well, oh, there it is. Okay, never mind. My bad. Sorry. Sorry. I was looking at these. I love these videos, and we're only going to get more of them as we go about, you know, whether it's fighting with, you know, Trump people fighting with anti-Trump people, climate change people fighting with whoever, and these videos are coming out. And some dude, did you see the guy on the Santa Monica Pier who got into it with some anti-Trumpers versus Trumpers and hit him with bear spray?
Yes, man. Bear spray. What is bear spray?
It's like pepper spray.
Okay.
But it shoots way farther.
Yeah.
I mean, that looked like. Do you have the video there, E? Yeah. What are you doing on a fucking weekend in Santa Monica? The beach. It's gorgeous out. Guys are in fucking
Get a life, man.
flip flops. It's like, I'm going to the protest with my bear spray. Hope it was worth it. Go to jail. Now you're going to jail. Jesus Christ, people. This is my favorite pier, Jay, as you know.
Yeah. There it goes. There goes the bear spray.
They were wondering, they're like, ooh, there might be a second bear sprayer. I think there is a second bear sprayer.
Yeah, I think there's for
Right?
sure
There was 2.
people. I thought,
Yeah.
What I saw would deter an aggressive bear.
Oh, yeah. It would confuse the shit out of him, too.
Yes, there's 2 people for sure.
Yeah, and that old man.
Absolutely.
Old man, now he got to get milk dumped in his eye. He's already got milky eyes.
My gosh.
That would be terrifying, man. All of a sudden, in a crowd, it's a big spray like
That
that.
spray is gonna affect a lot of people too. Now, you know what I mean? That's
Oh, hell
how
yeah.
that goes. It gets in the air and shit. Like,
Yeah, floating around.
Downwind of the bear spray.
Ugh. God, then all those people leaning up against the wall, get shit pouring in their eyes.
So you're familiar with that pier? Is that where the
yeah.
guy let the dog take the big dump?
No, that was Santa Cruz
Oh, okay.
Pier. Yeah, that was northern, closer to Marin County.
Gotcha.
That's down in L.A.
Can you get a good taco there at that pier, Santa Maria?
I guarantee
Yeah?
you. I'm not going to say it'd be necessarily better than a boardwalk corn dog, say. There are some spectacular boardwalk corn dogs being made right now.
Is that an oxymoron? A spectacular corn dog?
no, it's not. Are you kidding
Really?
me?
You guys are into it, huh?
Fantastic.
Yes.
Yeah, EU, you're on board with
Of course.
Okay.
Never been
You're-
partial to the corn dog.
Really?
No.
Shame on you. I was at the last time I was in Santa Cruz, that pier. They've got a goddamn foot longer corn dog. The thing's huge.
Huh.
You would love this
What do
thing.
you dip them in mustard or
Yeah.
something? Yeah.
I bet ketchups.
Oh, I don't eat them with anything. I just
Yeah.
eat it plain. But
Okay. I like that.
mainly
fly.
because it's just a bitch to fucking.
Yeah, I like the mustard. I mustard up. So,
Okay.
can you people just calm down? All right. We don't need all these groups that want to protest everything. It's because we're a year
Well, you can
out.
protest. Go ahead and protest. Just don't spray these protesters with bear spray. Can we all just be generally nice? Go protest. Do your thing. I don't care who you are.
I know you can. Just like you have absolute freedom of speech. You can say anything you want, and everyone agrees. Yeah, but doesn't mean someone can't say something back. You have the right to protest. Just can you stop? I'm not taking away your right. I want
stop.
y'all to just stop.
Gotcha.
Stop.
That makes
No
sense.
one's listening to each other anyways. You know what I mean? You're out there for what you believe in, and someone else. The only reason the counter is there is just to fucking bitch at you.
Bear spray you.
Yeah, bear spray you. Stop bringing kids to these things too. Atlas Winfrey was the organizer of this anti-Trump one. The Trump supporters were already there on the pier when we got up there from the beach. The Trump people wearing MAGA hats and waving flags were there to intimidate and incite confrontation. I think you guys were all there to do that. I guess. She was there from the refusefascism.org group. Great upstart group. Positive things on the horizon for them.
My God.
The other one, and I just adore some of these videos. Have you heard of Extinction Rebellion yet? Have you heard of this group?
I heard that this morning, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't understand what it is.
It's what you would think. It's people that are. It's the what's the little girl, Greta Thunberg or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
It's someone like her, and it's like, oh
We're
my God, the world's
convinced we're all going to be extinct in 10 years
Yes.
unless we take major action, change our economy.
have to, absolutely have to. And so their specialty is just being dicks wherever they can. And so they're really started in London, but they're now in Portland, San Francisco, Chicago, New York. That's all happening right now. That's why you don't know them.
Yeah.
But they've been kind of terrorizing London for a while now. So this reporter was like, yeah, I was there for the Brexit thing. I'm covering, the EU Brexit thing. And so he's like, thousands of people there protest. The groups that don't want to leave, join Brexit and leave the European Union. But they were all law-abiding, peaceful, tens of thousands of people. He said the protests the days before were much different. Much of London was shut down by agitators from Extinction Rebellion. It's a radical anti-climate change group that has spent the last two weeks disrupting cities from London to Berlin, Amsterdam. In London, some 1,800 protesters have been arrested. Their action began when some of its members sprayed beetroot juice on delegates to a fossil fuels concert.
Beetroot juice.
Yeah, it's kind of a dick move. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, they used a fire hose to douse the Treasury building with 400 gallons of red paint.
Beetroot is just to simply dye your clothes.
Yeah,
Right? It's going
I
to be
think
really
so.
hard to get out, right, E? OxyClean
sure.
won't even do it.
You're not getting beetroot.
No?
No. Staying out, no. It's worse than wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not to, get your eyes shitty or something like that, like the bear
No.
spray. It's just an annoyance. Oh, God damn it,
God
beetroot.
I
used to love these green pants. Now they're red with beetroot juice.
I mean, unless you own clothing that is beetroot
Color?
juice color,
Yeah.
you're in trouble. Yeah. It's one of those where if you get it on your arm, those certain stains, you're like, you can't even get this food stain off my
okay.
arm. I think beetroot juice can do that too. Don't hold me to that, though. Breastfeeding mothers block the entrances to key buildings. One guy dressed as Prime Minister Boris Johnson.
Breastfeeding mothers.
Yeah, they're just had their titties out. Like, look, your climate's doing and stuff. It's going to kill these babies and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
One guy dressed as Boris Johnson used scaffolding to climb to the top of Big Ben.
Oh.
Kind of cool. Yeah, so as protesters move from stunt to stunt, public support is waning on them. They hit bottom last Thursday when 2 activists climbed on top of commuter trains during rush hour.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I fucking love it.
Trying to pull him down and stuff.
Yeah, pushed one guy off. Do you have the videos of these assholes, E? Can you imagine, dude, you're getting ready for work.
Yeah.
You know, you're waiting in this stupid train, and this clown. Is there no audio there?
Yeah, this clown is going to sit on top.
Yeah, there you go.
A well-dressed protester, I will say.
Yeah. And these people.
He's got the collared shirt with the sweater underneath the jacket. I mean, these guys
There's
are...
another hero.
Here he is.
No, I'm not moving it. I'm not going
to save the
anywhere.
world. I'm going to save the world.
I'm a hero.
Look how well-dressed this guy is.
Yeah, he really
Prone
is.
to violence even. He's kicking.
Yep. He's sweatered.
I know. He really looked nice.
Where's the other? There's another one where a guy's up there and they fucking drag his ass right off it too. Guy pushes him off the top of the commuter train.
God.
He just disappears into a crowd.
Gotta get to work, you blokes.
Yeah, and that's what people are so pissed off about. They're like, dude, the people that are on these
we're
trains,
not the ones causing, we're not in charge of this.
Yeah, it's like, dude, we're the working class who have to be to work on time. It's, you guys shut the train down.
Actually, they're helping by using mass transit.
Yeah, great pointy.
Yeah, exactly. So the co-founder of this group, Claire Farrell, insisted on defending the train action. The public, I don't think, realized quite how serious the situation is. She went on BBC to explain why it was necessary to take such drastic tactics. This is what you do when you think that absolutely everything is at stake. What would you do if you knew your children were in a burning building? Jay, what's the answer?
Oh, man.
Children are in a burning building.
Wish them luck and call the fire department.
I would do the first part. I'd get around to calling the fire department eventually.
Good luck to you all.
Yep. It's going to get warm. Might want to break a window and get out of there. Well, you would break down the door, wouldn't you? It wouldn't be pretty. You wouldn't be able to do it.
That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
Can I change my answer? I'd break down the door.
Yeah, if you could, right?
I locked it? Like, doesn't my garage code work?
Eventually it's going to melt, so no. It's like the elevator during a fire, you know what I mean? Like you're going to have to take the staircase, stairwell if possible. But yeah, I don't know why you locked the door on the way out of the fire. I know. Like you got yourself out and then locked the door
Presumes I was in there. Presumes I didn't start it myself, gentlemen.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
The real enablers of XR's extremism are the donors and celebrities who give it the money and publicity that allow it to attract all these followers. There are more than several jumbo jets full of hypocrisy in the actions of their backers. Sir Christopher Hoon, we wouldn't know who he is. Yeah, he's a sir, though. Awesome. The hedge fund billionaire who revealed that his was the biggest individual donation to Extinction Rebellion. He's quietly built a $940 million stake as the owner of in the owner of Heathrow Airport. Sir Christopher has donated $260,000 to these activists because in the account of the urgent need for people to wake up to climate change. He shows no similar urgency in stopping the expansion of an airport that already has nearly 80 million carbon-producing passengers flow through it every year. There are the celebrity enablers, too, stung by criticism of their high-flying private jet ways.
You realize that some stuff,
Don't stop it.
Well, what do you mean?
I'm reading the story.
Okay,
I'm not going to fight with you on fucking climate change every time the story comes up.
Okay, well, so we just read the story and then okay.
You can wait till I'm finished, not interrupt in mid-sentence. How about that?
Okay.
I get it. You're on this fucking climate change thing all of a sudden.
Not all of a sudden, for one, by the way. But, so I have to wait for the whole article to be done and think of bullet points in my head?
Let me finish the sentence. I'm in mid-sentence here about celebrities donating to it.
I thought
including Benedict Cumberbatch, Jude Law, Bob Geldof, Sienna Miller, some high-flying names. And so they wrote an open letter addressing the hypocrisy, trying to justify, their use of jets and whatnot. But they do admit, yeah, we're hypocrites too, but doesn't mean we can't all do something about climate change. We need to do more. So go ahead, E.
I mean, the thing is, you cannot just. I mean, you can't make change. Like, we're gonna have fly planes. People are gonna be flying for vacation and stuff. So when it says, "Oh, but he's investing in an airport that has 80 million people flying," that doesn't mean anything. Like, that doesn't mean that he's not also realizing that we need to do something about climate change. Like, that's not hypocritical.
I think it's the definition of hypocrisy, because he wants to put money towards fighting. This is critical, condition critical. This is an extremist group. He's giving hundreds of thousands of dollars to because something needs to be done right this minute. Yet I'm going to stay over here and make my money off the fucking airport.
Well, I mean, it's, again...
You don't see the hypocrisy in that a little bit?
Not really, because the fact of the matter is people are going to be flying... I mean, the changes that need to be made to save the environment, you're not going to be able to stop flight. People aren't going to... Like, if he doesn't make that money, someone else is going to make that money.
Well, he could make a stand and not be a hypocrite if he removed his stake from that and then invested in saving the environment companies.
Well, maybe by him making that money, then in his mind he can make more money to help in places that are actually going to help.
Yeah, it's called hypocrisy. We should all be so lucky.
Wait a minute, what?
It's called hypocrisy, E.
No, he could be making money to, in his mind, fight things that are going to be actually
That's a hypocritical, justifying thing to do.
How is it?
I'm going to make a bunch of money doing shit that shouldn't be done, and I know it shouldn't be done.
That's not that it shouldn't be done.
Don't you think, Jay?
If he can make exponential change through the funds that he receives through his business, I think that's E's point. Like, he's making greater positive change toward his cause through the funds that he's getting from this. I agree with you, hypocritical stance on airlines.
We're all hypocritical.
Then he's ahead. His cause is ahead.
Yeah, I understand that, but it seems convenient. This is kind of I'm gonna fly jet set all over the world however I want, and then I'm just gonna donate to reduce my carbon footprint causes. That cute little trick that I
literally talked to my brother about that exact topic, and dude, he 100% is like, oh, that's fine. That's the reality of them jet setting in their private jet to go raise money for causes is way more helpful than them not being in those situations.
Well, you could argue that's true in some cases, in some I would argue it's not. But I don't know enough about it to really get into a fight about it. But it just stinks when DiCaprio's going to fly halfway across the globe to attend a global fucking warming retreat and then fly right back to LA to be at a movie premiere before flying back. It's like, dude.
Yeah, but to E's point though, if he brings awareness to this thing that extends beyond what he could have done, by not attending, then you're ahead, right?
If you can and that's one of those that's dear to him, and he's blessed to be able to put $2 million into upgrades to make his house as green as possible and have a gigundous yacht. But it's not changing his personal lifestyle in any way. You want to send a message about how desperate we are to change the environment. Maybe you change some things in your life.
Well, again, the reality is that we all of us should try to do things, but the governmental change is what needs to happen. You need to raise money and get people into power.
Or start eating babies.
Yeah, right.
I thought we agreed we were going to start eating some babies. That's what I want. That's where I want to start.
Be all right with less kids.
Until India and China get on board, we're probably not getting anywhere with any of that.
That is the problem. Call that whizzing in the wind, Jay. Pissing in the wind a little bit.
Well, I mean, that is the problem. The reality is that I know that like a country like us has made a lot of money, and now we're a big, rich, powerful country, and now we're trying to tell people, some of these other countries, like, hey, you shouldn't do that. Yeah, but we want to be like you.
We use fossil fuels while we develop.
Right. So it is a tricky situation, but on the same hand, as I'll always go back to, it doesn't mean that you should just go, not doable.
Exactly.
We should just sit around.
Well, it would be much harder in some of those countries.
I understand.
Regulations
going. There's something that
it's not realistic.
Totally. It is not realistic, unfortunately, but again, better than nothing.
We never said this fight wouldn't be hard, Mike.
I know. We could use less yachts, If DiCaprio
I've given up mine.
I've given up mine as well, and I'm not getting a new one.
I will not be yachting this year.
If DiCaprio, and I know, I understand your brother's argument. You've been making for a year now. I do. And if that's true, and you can justify the numbers, he wants to fly. It makes more sense to fly, private to wherever. But the attention he brings way more awareness. So on the whole, it's good. You can't a yacht for you and 20 bitches to go party all weekend is hardly.
Again, though,
I mean, he literally brings supermodels out onto a fucking yacht and just parties like a teenager.
Well, the argument to that again, though, is that he's still able to live his life. The reality is that he should not be able to not enjoy the wealth he has from being a movie star that's made all this money. But if he's also, again, trying to raise large amounts of money and awareness that we couldn't do, that's great.
And I like him. I don't think he's an obnoxious dick about it, like so many people.
I agree.
Mark Ruffalo can suck a dick. That guy's just flat annoying as hell. But someone like DiCaprio doesn't bother me when he preaches.
Well,
but
there's a lot of humans that are assholes too. So I mean, it just is what it can.
Oh yeah, well, I don't know what that has to do with anything. I think most humans are assholes. But
well, what it had to do with everything is of course, there's going to be some that are going to be less. I mean, there's going to be some that are definitely just assholes. They're just using it for their own personal gain, 100%.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, it's very, I don't know what it is. It comes off as super snobby so often. These guys jumping into every fucking,
definitely.
Save the whales, save the planets.
But I mean, if you look at, I watched that thing, a Netflix thing on Bill Gates. And honestly, we always joke on this show about some of that stuff, the wife and, oh, she's a millionaire because she's sucking his dick or whatever. But if you watch this special I saw on Bill Gates, for one, his wife is 100%, helping the situation.
Oh, yeah. And Bill, Melinda's been forever.
But what I was going to say...
Still funny to joke about.
I understand, totally. But when you talk about some of this, jumping in, I mean, Bill Gates, he made this money, but government is so... look at Detroit. Look, what is the reason that Detroit's doing better? Is it because of the fucking government? No, it's because of Dan Gilbert and fucking...
Is it doing better?
Yes. I don't know all the stuff that LaDuff knows that has told you, but you know what?
I know.
It's not... People can walk around. You can't tell me that's not better. I don't care what the reasoning is. You can't tell me that's not better. And it's certainly when that happened.
I certainly can if you're going more broke because of it. If the bankruptcy is looming because of it, no one sees it because they're enjoying craft beers on the corner.
Yeah, maybe.
I get it. I get it. It's fun. It's fun.
Maybe, but I mean, the reality is that most of the time, the change that comes from stuff like this, comes from private sectors. It comes from Bill Gates, who's is going to now give half of his shit away. Government is fucking.
I thought he was giving more than that away.
I think his thing is to give at least half, I think, away or something is the deal. That's a really good show, special. Warren, you should watch it because Buffett's even in it. Buffett is in there, and it shows Bill Gates and Warren Buffett.
That? Buffett was it Gates. Buffett and Gates that I thought it was 90% of their money.
I don't know the exact number, but
that they because I don't think either of them is leaving. I mean, Bill Gates is worth so much money. He's like, yeah, my kids will be fine, but I'm not. If you think I'm just leaving them $100 billion, you're insane.
No, to some extent, people in that thing say that, and some of his people think he's, it's holy shit, dude, you're spending so much money. Are you even doing a dent? Is this actually helping? And I don't think he cares. I think he thinks that, hey, this is what I can do.
Yeah,
what I have.
And he can make a huge difference.
He is, for sure.
Especially in underdeveloped countries. Look it up, E. I think it's way more than 50%.
Oh, yeah. It's something like 80 or 90.
Like 99% of their wealth. All those guys, the billionaire guys, have that pact.
Hey, if you've suffered a traumatic accident or injury, don't call the billboard or TV attorneys. Your first call should be to Ogden Legal Triage. Ogden Legal Triage will find you the right personal injury attorney for your case at no cost to you. They will negotiate the best price, save you time, money, and hassle. Who better to help you find a lawyer but a lawyer? Ogden Legal Triage. For more information, go to firstcalldetroit.com.
So I had a couple more videos from these Extinction Rebellion.
Yeah.
And so they're taking up, Trafalgar Square, and those areas where it makes it look like, oh my God, the government is being overrun by these groups. They're small groups, but it's like Sharpton when the cameras are on him. If they panned out, you'd see 12 people were there supporting him. But it always makes it look like there's some big fucking rally going on. So I'm watching some videos of these guys, and they're just dorks. They're fucking dorks, man. They're all dressed up in cute little outfits, doing little dances. It's like, what are we doing here? They're doing like street theater.
Everybody wants to belong, man.
Dude, dancing. Oh, we're dancing for climate change. It's like, dude, go clean a fucking riverbank. What are you doing?
What every one of those guys discovered is if I tweet something positive toward climate change, people like it. I get hearts. I get hearts. I get hearts. I'm part of something.
Yeah. It's less.
Love it.
It's less flashy, and it's a lot harder work to go down to the ocean where the oil spill was and clean ducks off.
Clean birds with paper towels.
You know.
Remember that shit?
Yes.
Dude, it's
got a goddamn duck
awful.
and a roll of paper towels.
Poor little guys just sitting there like, real nice guys. You know, I use these to fly. You have any idea?
Let me grab the brawny.
Yeah, good luck. You know how much oil is under my pits?
Sitting there brushing ducks with paper towels, man. Oh, so sad.
Through the eyes of an angel. We're listening to fucking music like that. There's little guys on the screen. Oh, man. I can't all sticky.
Sitting there blinking oil out of his eyes as he's being combed with a bounty paper towel.
He's so confused. I was done this my whole life. I just swim, and then I just keep swims, and then all of a sudden, I'm not even me no more.
I remember the BP one. Holy
fuck. Dude.
Exxon Valdez.
That goddamn camera that you could flip on 24/7.
And it was just, what was it, like
just gushing.
millions of gallons a second or something like that or whatever.
Was that the one where they're like, yeah, we haven't figured out how to shut it off yet?
Yes, it was
and it was just like for days. It was like, guys.
And we've all seen, a teardrop of, just oil and water.
Oh,
you've just seen how that spreads. And
poor
you're watching just gallons.
Fishes and stuff.
That
and
was
they can't
tragic, man.
breathe. And it's awful. But that's something like, I don't want to see some kid, some group of 12 dressed up like crazy clowns.
You don't want to see that?
Just making a scene.
But you want us to see it? Are you going to
No, I'm not going to show you that. I'm going to show you a much better one.
Okay.
But I don't want to see that when it's like, you know what, dude? Every town has a fucking riverbed that could be cleaned up. Go down there. It's less glamorous, but you'll do a lot more. You know? Go grab your stupid friends.
Yeah.
Put your fucking boots on and your gloves on if it's so important to you. Clean a riverbed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Clean my backyard.
There you go.
Rake the leaves.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Leaves. What is raking the leaves?
Part of the environment. They got to do their part.
The leaves fall down.
And then they need to be picked up, removed, just like that oil from the ocean.
Technically, they only need to be removed because of your yard.
It's going to kill the grass. It's not good for the grass to leave them on there.
The grass.
Goddamn grass.
So you've got these. They've invaded San
We're
Francisco.
slaves to the grass.
I know.
We're slaves to the grass. Just all give it up.
Yeah, I know.
Just let it happen. Let it burn out.
Go to Arizona, man. It's rock
Throw
beds.
some gravel
Gravel.
in.
Yep.
I'd gladly do it.
Yeah. So these guys are in a street in San Francisco, and there's like, this kid, and and this mom. They're all holding hands, so traffic is blocked, and they're singing a song, which is great for your cause, by the way. How about we stop running vehicles and just let them sit there and fucking blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I mean? Hope that's helping. So they got met with reality
This is the one
the other day.
There they are, effectuating change.
Yes. We're not moving under any circumstances because this means so much to us. So this dude walks up who needs to get to work. Yeah. Here he comes.
He did the Red Rover, didn't he?
Hell yeah. Look at this guy.
He just grabbed their banner and chucked it.
You gotta go to work. Get the fuck out the way. Get the fuck out the way.
Is he in scrubs?
Yes.
Awesome.
That's
He's a
her
medical
phone.
provider.
He just grabs her phone and chucks it.
Yeah, he did.
That's what a phone looks like when it's flying through the air.
Watch him Red Rover this sign.
Watch Mom here with a white hat, too. She's like,
Oh my goodness, who would do such a thing?
How are they impaling his
What an animal.
I love that he just chucks it over the fence.
Yeah, chucked it.
You gotta go to work. Get the fuck out the way. Get the fuck out the way. Go.
At the very end, she's yelling.
Yeah, that phone is being kicked down the road,
Listen,
isn't it?
listen.
They gotta go to work. Some of these people.
That's so good.
It's fun. Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
There's another angle. Do you have the other angle, E?
Yeah.
Some
That
guys
dude has had enough, man.
Yeah. So this
Falling down moment.
So here's from a different perspective.
Yeah, okay. From
Look at them.
building view.
We're playing red. Yeah, they're
Yes.
playing Rover, dude.
They're
That's-
Red Rovering the road.
Oh.
Yes.
He took it.
He took it.
That took their side.
That dude's had enough.
Yeah.
There are guys in an office building just laughing their asses off.
Sorry.
So now Lee the car is like, can we go?
That's the phone. He
Yes.
took the, yeah, there you go. He just frisbeed it.
Sweet.
Whoa. She kind of set herself up for that.
Look at her in the middle.
He grabbed the poster, threw it over, then destroyed one girl's phone. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Brilliant. She's freaking out.
She's freaking out.
A little hissy fit because someone told
Yeah. Oh my God, I acted like a complete cunt, and people treated me like I was being a cunt. How could this be? I've been so. This is unreal.
Awesome.
They went to the cops. Call the police. Call the. I guess the cops showed up.
To the radiology department?
Yeah, right. Sorry, Dr. Johnson's in surgery right now. he's in the middle of a 13-hour shift. You go back on the street. We'll get to you. They're like, can we press charges? The cops are like, yeah, I mean, you can. We're not going to do anything about it, but you can do anything you want. But they made it very clear to them. Like, the cops even told us they wouldn't even look into it further.
Nice.
But everybody, dude, everyone that I'm seeing, like, if you think that these loud assholes are having the positive impact on society that they think they are not in any way. They're being annoying, and the polls that are out find that an overwhelming majority want these fuckers out of the way. Like, you're not helping. You know, block traffic in the morning. Dude,
Yeah.
it's like
I
she
mean-
get punched in the face. Guy's wearing scrubs. It's either a nurse, doctor.
Yeah.
Could have been a nurse. I don't know.
I don't know if it goes as far as lucky she didn't get punched in the face, but I mean, yeah, obviously they're not doing what they're supposed. Like, that's not the way to do it. No question about it.
You know what I mean? I don't want her punched in the face.
Feel free to protest. Just don't hold up my traffic.
You know what? Just don't.
Yeah,
Can
traffic
we
is a
just
bad
stop
one.
with the
Generally
protest?
nice.
Just fucking plant a tree. Call it a day. You know, go clean a riverbed.
Plant a tree that we can knock down.
Yeah, the Michael Brown tree. Can we just keep replanting the Michael Brown tree? That's gonna be my thing. I planted 1,000 trees in my life.
Jesus,
Like,
is there an
one,
update on the Michael Brown tree? Can you find a
I mean, I can probably just find the
The
image
stalk?
of the original one. But
see, checking on the stalk.
the sapling stalk?
Remember that thing? Sheared?
Oh my God!
I mean,
somebody just took a machete to it. Just boom, boom, boom.
and it's such a child tree. It's in such
Oh, yeah.
the amount of rings, one maybe. You know what I mean?
A mere
And so
sapling.
It's green. It's not even ripe yet. So when you cut into it, it's hard to break apart.
Yeah.
It's green.
I mean, this is an update.
Look at that
technically, but it's
thing,
just-
I
man.
love it. You're right. That's a machete.
Yeah.
Or a hammer of some sort. Look at that. Look what was on the left. Yeah, just a little guy.
Yep.
Just getting a start in life.
It's a little maple tree.
Yeah. Look at me. I'm all proud. I'm sitting here by the riverbed just getting my grow on.
Someday I'm going to be tall. I'm going
Nah.
to provide shade and peace for people.
Hey, what are you?
Nope.
What are
Nope.
you, get out of here, sir. What are you doing? Don't do that. Don't do that. Ow.
Now I'm a stick with roots. Look at that thing.
This is by the end of it, they're gonna be like, listen. This is the plan all along. It was to have really a deep underground tree.
Yeah.
He can't keep the above ground part standing.
Right.
He's just a big root. Poor little guy. Caught in the middle of these
anything
wars.
to anybody.
Caught in the middle of these wars. You know what I mean? And then I got one more to show you, Jay. And Jeff, did you find the one in the restaurant, E?
Yeah.
These guys, they've got their mini bullhorns. And it's like,
yeah,
how about I just remove you from
Yeah.
here? These guys with their bull. Don't touch me! Don't touch me!
As they're in a private establishment with bullhorns.
I love how these guys have learned just enough of the law
Yeah.
to know what you can't do to
Sure.
them.
Yeah.
You lay one finger on me, I will have you arrested, sir.
Habeas corpus.
That is
habeas
assault.
corpus.
She's been assaulted. She's been assaulted, officer. We need authorities here. It's like you spent the habeas corpus. You spent the last 5 minutes screaming in someone's face with a blowhorn,
Yeah.
bullhorn, and now they went, can you leave? Don't you touch me! I will habeas corpus. I will have you thrown in jail for life. Go ahead, E. This guy went in, he's working a paper hat, man.
Yeah.
In-N-Out Burger.
Yep. Chick opens the door for him. Just carries him right out.
Hell yeah.
Just bear hugs the guy.
Hands off me!
In-N-Out Burger. Dude's got a bullhorn in his face.
Yeah.
You feel big and bad?
This In-N-Out Burger guy earning $8 an hour.
Anything wrong? This is America! We can use our voice! Get your hands off of her!
Public property, dude. Get on public property.
You're assaulting us.
You need to let her out. Let my friend out.
Sarah.
Here. My property is in here.
My property's in here.
My property is in here.
So they're locking the door to the restaurant,
Yeah.
keeping these assholes out, and they're yelling about their property being left.
What property is she missing?
Oh, there it is.
Her mini
Bullhorn.
She
bullhorn.
was assaulted. Of a right.
Oh,
What are you doing? She was the one who was assaulted. She was the one who was assaulted.
she's the one that was assaulted.
She was the one who was assaulted.
Oh my God.
She was the one who was assaulted.
Get a life.
Look at him.
What are you doing? She's not resisting.
She's not resisting.
What the fuck are you doing? She was the one who was assaulted.
Oh, what a couple morons.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, back that up, back that up, back that up. Hold on. I love this guy. So the cops, they cuffed her. They were even nice enough to grab a second pair of cuffs so they could make it fat arms lady could get around her waist. And they're then,
Look at that officer, by the way. My God.
that's officer.
Oakley's got the Kitterman going.
Hell yeah.
Man, does he look fine, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh,
protecting
God,
and serving.
Hell yeah. I mean, that belt was just made.
Look at that guy.
Batman doesn't even look as good in a utility belt.
Just exudes copdom.
Yeah. And so they walk her, right? They're walking her to the car. This is the point when someone goes, this is cruel and unusual punishment. This is one of those geniuses that knows the law.
Citing the Bill of Rights.
Yes.
The Magna Carta's next.
What are you doing? She's not resisting.
You are harming her. She's in pain.
What the fuck are you doing?
Listen.
She was the one who was assaulted.
That is cruel and unusual punishment. You have no right. You have no legal right.
You have no legal right. You have no legal right, police officer leading that person away who's created a public nuisance. You have no legal right.
You have no right. You no legal right. Literally the one person in this country that we've given the legal right to do exactly what you're doing.
You have none of it. Oh my
Actually,
God.
you have all of it. Dude, this guy's following along like, what can I say? I gotta... Cruel and unusual. This is illegal. You have no right. This is cruel and unusual punishment.
The punishment hasn't happened yet. That's not the
Just
punishment.
being
my
detained so you can be punished.
But can we go just really quick? And I know you got to go, Jay. But the very beginning of that video, when he gets dragged out of the place,
Bear hug.
he's, you know, what do they call that outfit? You can put your little baby in it in the front of it.
Oh yeah, the
What do they call
yeah,
it?
the God damn it.
It's the one where you're both like you're
Baby
tan.
Bjorn.
Yeah, baby Bjorn. So the baby's looking for it. He's being adult Bjorned right here. This guy
Right there, bear
just
hug. Just Bjorned him.
Bjorned him. And then the guy's like, feel like a big man? You feel, yes. Look at that adult
Yeah,
Bjorning.
picture Mike Myers with Vern Troyer and his baby Bjorn. That's it.
Dude. And then he gets his megaphone. Do you feel like a big man? Yeah, you should feel like an asshole, sir.
God.
You're a grown-ass man who just got baby Bjorned out of an In-N-Out burger. God, some people, dude.
Hey, insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who even provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business. He offers all types of insurance coverage. Easus, name 2 of them, please.
Damn it, you already said. Oh, and more.
Yeah, very good. Counts.
Son of a bitch.
You should never let me know that was a possibility.
Auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and as Easus says, and more.
And more.
Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900.
Etc.
God. I don't know what to do, Jay, because I know you got to... Are you running out the door right this second?
Indeed.
Fuck. Because I'm not going to watch that video without you.
Oh, the elderly couple
But
going down the stairs.
We need to dedicate too much time to it.
Yeah, it needs to be broken down.
For sure. So we'll break that down tomorrow, but I did have one of... Did you see the white supremacist?
Yeah, the double knockout.
Was there anything in that said funny shenanigans going on here? I don't think so. But
I don't know. To make you just think it was wholly fake? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. Something about the second takedown. I don't know. We can get into it tomorrow.
Yeah, I didn't watch it closely. You might be right.
Yeah, that'll break my heart if that's true. But so Easus, we'll let Jay get out of here. Thanks.
Enjoy,
dude. Sorry
gentlemen.
about that.
Take
yeah. Coppola. Was Scorsese's got that new movie coming out, right?
I don't know.
The new
The Irishman.
The Irishman.
Oh, The Irishman, yeah. Okay.
Supposed to be some people are saying his best work. Believe it when I see it.
I haven't really watched much of his stuff, but isn't this then this would be it? I thought. Oh no, it's Quentin Tarantino. I was thinking.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, it's that whole group, like Coppola. You know, we've had Coppola and Spielberg, Beard, our Star Wars guy, Lucas, and Scorsese all kind of came up. I mean, those guys are a little older, but kind of the group that came up making those great movies. Well, Scorsese is doing some press now. He's the one that I think we were talking about the story because he was saying that, yeah, Marvel movies, these Marvel, DC movies, all these comic book movies, they're not real movies.
Right.
They're basically just, you know.
I mean, they're not, in a way.
I know. Well,
Like,
he took a lot of shit for that. A lot of people, you know, because he does really highbrow shit, you know. Those guys are kind of snobby with their movie stuff. So I get it. But now Francis Ford Coppola has jumped into it. And so he's like, yeah, he's backing up Scorsese's critiques of the film. He denounced them as despicable, though. So he went even further. Earlier this month, Scorsese said that Marvel Universe films, he describes them more as theme parks than cinema, even if they were well made. His remarks made waves for days. Martin Scorsese says the Marvel movies pictures are not cinema. He's right, because we expect to learn something from cinema. We expect to gain something, some enlightenment, some knowledge, some inspiration. I don't know that anyone gets anything out of seeing the same movie over and over again.
I mean, that's a little high. That's a little kind of snobbish.
That's where I was going with it.
I don't think that a lot of people. I mean, yes, people do like movies sometimes that have a lesson maybe or a social thing, and there's people that do like that, but fuck. So, not every movie.
I mean, if that was the criteria.
Oh my God.
Movie. Can you imagine if you took
that
out.
I learned from Back to the Future. You know what I mean?
Well, no, I think Back to the Future is original. That's the point. Like, I think their point isn't like you don't know how to make a movie or, but you keep making the same movies over and over and over. They're not movies anymore. They're just theme parks. They're roller coasters.
Oh, trust me, I get it. I think it's. I mean, I know it's hard for us to talk about it because we don't care about that stuff. Like we're not X-Pac or X-Men fan or any of that shit.
Yeah.
But it is the same. I mean, I don't understand how it's not, and yet somehow they just always gross $8 billion or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. Obviously, it's so subjective. That's what's funny about it. Like, why even wade into this controversy?
I know.
Because 50% of people are going to agree with you, 50% are not.
I mean, clearly,
and there's not an answer.
Right.
I
mean, I don't like them. I don't really go see any of them. But like you're right when you say 50. I mean, probably more than that. I mean, they make so much fucking money. Why wouldn't the companies make them?
And if that was the if that was the grounds for what's a movie and what's not, I mean, take the rom-com category and throw them all in the garbage.
How dare you?
I love them.
I know.
Just like you do. But the fact is, guy meets girl. Guy likes girl. Girl won't fucking hang out with guy. Girl is in love with other guy at work.
Right.
And then finally, through trial and time, long periods of time, she comes to learn that this guy she's crushing on is a douchebag asshole who's banging half the office. Meanwhile, this great guy has been right here the whole time.
I know.
And then you fall in love after one date and walk off into the sunset. Have we seen that movie?
Yeah, I sure have.
We've seen that movie.
It is funny
a
how
few times.
That is weird though. Even those though, you could say. I guess I'm sure people could say this about the X-Men and Spider-Man and all the Marvel and blah blah blah. I'm sure they could say, well, they're all technically different. It is funny how I'm a very critical of romantic comedies. So it's like I definitely have ones
You're
where like
critical of them.
Oh yeah,
you have a standard that needs to.
There's not like a standard, but like I watch them and it's like I have very specific favorite ones that I've watched more than once, and like ones that were like I get halfway through and I'm like, nope, not good. Or when I don't know how to explain it, like I have to.
What's the one with Aniston and?
I'm not as much into her ones, but
really,
yeah,
dude.
Because she's too hot.
Yeah,
it's too much. Like, give me a break.
I'll give you that. Who's the guy?
She's in one that I like.
Is it Vince Vaughn?
She is in one I like, and that's the one I like. The Breakup or something.
The Breakup.
Like
I don't like it.
I like that one.
I should like it. I like Vince Vaughn. I like her. I like all the other characters that are in it. From doing other movies together. It breaks the formula.
That's what I like about it.
They don't get together in the end. It's like what?
I don't hate that.
I hated it. That should be a standard. That should be the encore of every damn rom-com. is they got to find a way back together.
See, then maybe it's not a rom-com, I guess. Technically it's not a rom-com in a way.
Yeah, it is. What do you mean?
Because it doesn't really end
yeah.
with a romance. I mean, so it's actually a fight the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like they start off before the credits, they just do a montage of them being happy, and once the movie starts, we're already at a point where they're not happy.
Yeah.
Which is actually unique.
I know, but it's like there's got to be a bonus scene when they get back together and everything's good.
That's why the movie I really like is there's a movie I really like with Steve Carell called like Looking for a Friend, searching for a friend at the end of the universe or end of the world, something like this.
Oh,
and the
yeah.
movie is flat out like it's instead of these movies where it's like, oh, the asteroid's coming and then we saved each other miraculously. It starts off saying, no, the asteroid is coming, Earth is ending in 2 weeks. And it just goes through what happens in that situation. Steve Carell ends up finding this love, and they fucking die together as the asteroid
Really?
hits. Yeah, it's really fucking good. But it's like, it does not end in the way of like everything's. It ends.
See, but that's just a totally original story.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Like the knock on the Marvel and stuff. It's like there's a villain who's taken over the world, and if not for this superhero,
what is the bad guys?
You know what I mean? Like it's just.
I never get the goal. That's why I can never get into superhero stuff. I don't get the goal when it's like, I'm gonna destroy the world. It's like, well, how's that benefit you?
Yeah.
What? Okay.
I don't know, but people seem to like it.
I know.
But I think that's what they're talking about is that like, oh God, you're gonna do this again. Guy saves the fucking planet last minute. You know, we've seen that movie.
I guess.
So, but you know, if you're talking about a movie like that, that's just an original plot story.
I know.
I mean, I haven't heard that. And by the way, we would not stop an asteroid anyways. That is based in reality.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I was watching this thing. They were talking about this. I think it's in Hawaii, where they've got these research team focused on the sun.
Right.
Because if one of those flares hits E,
Yeah, we're
fucking done.
Yeah.
We're done.
I know.
And we're overdue for one of those flares. By the way,
I know.
We'll wipe out all electronics. Boom, out. Boom, boom, out goes the lights. And so they're like, yeah, we're doing research. We're going to find out if we can figure out when it's coming. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And then what? You going to fist fight the sun? What do you mean?
I mean, I suppose if they could accurately decide when it's going to come, we could. I don't know. I don't know what you could
Run?
do, but better than not knowing, I guess. Well, not really, maybe.
No.
Yeah, probably not.
No, for something
I don't
like,
know on that one. That one's tricky.
Yeah, it is tricky.
There is supposed to be a comet. Like I saw this. I wish I could remember the day, but like in like 100 years from now or 50 or something like that. I wish I could remember now, but there is one. It's crazy what they can know now. Like they say that one's out there and it's gonna come, and it's gonna be the
like an asteroid or something.
Yeah, I forget the name. There's comets and asteroids, and I don't know what the difference is. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
But some rock is coming, and it's gonna be the closest that's ever in a long time that we've had like coming like by Earth. And it's going to be like in 50 or 100 years or some shit. It's supposed to be fucking huge. Like it's going to be, and they
not hit it though.
And not as of right now, it's not projected to hit us. But like they even know like already like basically the time that you like. Oh, if you're over Australia, this is when it would come by or something. Or
it's crazy.
It's yes.
Isn't that nuts? The math equation. I mean, here we are hurtling through fucking space at 17,000 miles an hour. You know.
Yeah.
And this thing's coming this way.
Right.
I mean, like you were watching that
One Strange Rock.
One Strange Rock, yeah. That's great, dude.
Really fucking good.
I love that part about the asteroid that took out the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And you know that whole story about where that hit and how direct a hit that was. Like it was the bullseye of bullseyes. And, you know, because of the way our Earth is tilted, the rotation, this thing coming in hit it literally at the one spot. This thing probably been traveling over 1 billion years.
Right, that could end the dinosaurs and everything. Like everything, almost any other place, and like it would have been
but
bad.
Sparked us, right?
That's the reality.
And it was the sulfur or something.
Yes.
Yeah. So it hit in a spot in Mexico, I think.
Yes.
Where sulfur beds were, and that went up and wiped out the air, polluted the air. And what did it do? Take out the.
You know what? It's so bad how you watch things that I already forget. But like, if you want to know like how crazy that everything works while we're here and how it's all just so perfect, that show just gets into it. Like how the thing where it talks about like the sands over in the Africa go up in the air and then they get in the airstream somehow and then they trickle down into South America, and that's what like basically leads to the rainforest, and that's what creates a lot of oxygen for these animals to even breathe. And it comes from all the way fucking over there in this perfect system.
Dude, that stuff on the what is it that just travels the world in a constant rotation, shitting on just eating and shitting on the leaves.
Yeah.
And then the other animals eat that and burst these migration. Like, dude,
I already got to rewatch it, but it is One Strange Rock, and Will Smith narrates it, and then you got like 10 or 12 like actual astronauts.
Yeah.
So they can speak to what it looks like and seeing this stuff from up. That must be incredible.
Oh, I know. When he's talking, the one astronaut is like, you watch that, like when you see the planet from up above, and you see just how violent it is. You can see the storms and the shit, and that, like, what did they say? 8 million lightning strikes a day, an hour.
Yes, I forget, but you're right. Something like that.
It was like which is crazy amount. And they were saying, like, when you're up in space looking down at that, it's almost like the lightning strikes are talking to each other in some sort of pattern.
Right.
Like the way they fire off in certain spots in a storm, it's like, are they like fucking communicating to each other right now? What's going on with this?
To be honest with you, like sometimes the reason I get so on some of this climate stuff is like you watch that to me, and even me who cared about the environment and maybe not to some major extent, but I try whatever. I do what I do. I try to care. I try to think that I care.
And anyway, that's true. You've been doing that forever. You will pull shit out of the garbage can if you see it. It bothers you when someone throws a piece of plastic in the garbage. It bothers you.
Right. But watching this show, even until I watched that special, One Strange Rock, I did not even like fully come up with a thought of like, holy fuck, like this planet is not an inanimate object. It is a living, breathing thing in reality. Like, and it just is. Think about it. We don't think about it, but look at the grass. The grass doesn't. We're not making the grass. It doesn't grow out of cement.
Yeah.
It grows out of dirt and all this shit. So it's like the Earth is a living, breathing thing. I mean, I understand. I'm not trying to get too hippie about it, but it is. And when you watch this special, you see that, in my opinion.
Yep. And there are destructive forces all over this planet that are destroying itself and rebirthing itself. And
I don't even try to get so worked up about it. I don't mean to.
It's easy to do, and I get it, E, and I don't want to fight with you about it. I don't, because I certainly don't know enough to be expert in it.
And neither do I, by the way.
When you watch it, it shows you the size of everything and how small we are.
I know.
How minuscule we are. We're fucking nothing to this planet. This planet will own us. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it's like, part of me goes, oh, whatever. This Earth has taken poundings like you can't imagine. We're going to be the ones that takes the planet out. I find that hard to believe. And I know plenty of people disagree with me. But
it is funny, like, when you talk about some of that being tiny, too. Like, I don't know if you ever talked about this, but, like, when I was camping one of these times this summer, I was sitting by this by Lake Michigan, you know, or whatever, and I was in the morning, and the waves were just coming in and out. And I just had this fucking kind of a dark thought, maybe, but I was like, dude, if I fucking croaked right now, if I fucking just, massive heart attack randomly died, these fucking waves are going to keep coming. They don't give a fuck. The Earth keeps moving and time keeps moving. And it's like, people like the people you're talking about at times, because I don't fucking like most of these billionaires, these egomaniac Trumps of the world.
Yeah.
Trump thinks he's anything more. Even fucking Donald Trump is just a human fucking being that's going to die, and at some point, no one's going to give a fuck who he is, and some people won't even remember who he is. You know what I mean?
There's be a lot of people that celebrate it, too.
I know, but it's just like...
That's not even a joke.
Who the fuck do people think they are? But for me, it's more of like, who do anybody think that you are when, dude, there's been a trillion, how many people on this planet have existed and gone? Yeah. And who the fuck are you to think you're anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody.
You're not. Even the biggest names, like presidents die, and the biggest rock star dies at an early age, and it's like...
When I was sitting with...
whatever, it happens.
When I was sitting with Hot East's wife in San Antonio, we were sitting getting ready before that concert that day, and there was a time when I was like, now, I can understand that I'm not the biggest fan, but I was making this point to them, and I'm like, who are all four of the Beatles? And we couldn't remember who the other one was, like, Ringo and John and Paul, and we couldn't remember I don't know who the other one is. And I sat there and said, I understand that we're not the biggest fans, but still, these are the Beatles, and we all three couldn't come up with who the person was. So think about that,
You should know George Harrison. You should know George Martin, who was their producer.
I understand that, but if you think about that.
I know.
Right?
I get it.
Like, I didn't know who that was. Those are the Beatles.
You wouldn't.
It's more just a point. Like, there are people who don't know who all 4 of the Beatles are.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so who do you think you are? Some dude, some CEO at a bank.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm a fucking drive my,
Yeah, because we're egomaniac assholes.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what it is.
I know.
It's ego driven, and that's never going to change.
No, it's not.
You know?
I know. I'm a weirdly idealistic, unfortunately, but it is what it is.
I am too, in a lot of ways. But I've lost, basically lost faith in humanity to just be good to each other. I just don't. I don't think human beings are decent to each other at all.
I'm in such
I
a
see
weird
it
half
all
and
the
half
time, and
about
so
it.
I just I don't have much faith. I watch way too much shit, see way too many absolute animals out there.
But see, like, to me, you can't look at things that such broadly. Like, here's an example. Like, when I got in my car accident, I know that it's just like, yes, most people, I think, I guess maybe people think people would, maybe they think they wouldn't. But I got in my accident, and until the police were there or the ambulance or whatever one got first, every car that drove by did stop and did say, do you guys need, and I know that's a small thing, but I think that the problem is sometimes you can get caught up in this broad scale of these egomaniacs, these monsters, and humans are a lot of times.
Yeah.
But then when you look at small things, like I said, I know it's small, but every car that stopped before the police did stop, say, hey, you guys okay? Need to call somebody? Hey, we're good. They're on their way.
And you're in Milford area?
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? Like
I know, but still.
You're in a spot where it's convenient to stop, and people are a little nicer and a little slower. You know what I mean? Things don't run quite as fast. I don't mean personally they're slow.
But it's still something. I mean.
No, I notice a huge difference. When I go up to Lake Orion, if I go to Lake Orion,
right,
Milford, you go up to, people just are different. It's like going up north.
I know.
They're just, hey, how you doing? Come on. The guy in the gas station
actually cares.
He's clean, and can I help you with anything?
Right.
You find everything okay? Is there anything else? Did you try this one? You should try this one. If you like that one, you're gonna.
Oh, I know.
Like, come again soon. Like, dude, they just do. It's like
that's why.
And you get that. I don't care where you are in a lot of those towns.
You just get too many. That's the problem, really. I guess in some way, some weird way, you get into cities like in New York. As much as I like it, you get a million
See, New
people.
York's different though, because New York is so doing its own thing at its own speed.
That's a good.
You know what I mean?
Example.
Like, it's more the overall, dude. It's the people that don't hold the door for you.
I know.
When it's like, well, really, asshole. Okay, great. That the ones when you hold the door for them and they can't even nod, say thank you, acknowledge that you just did that for them. Plenty of people do, but so many don't. And you see so many people just look. I don't know, man.
That's why when Chris,
nobody gives a shit. At least around here where I am, nobody gives a shit where they're working in Southfield.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be there.
I know.
They make it very well known to you, right?
Yep, you're right.
I would say Wendy's. Wendy's is okay.
Yeah, that is funny.
I don't know
Wendy's
why.
is okay. Wendy's is actually okay. You're right. The McDonald's and the Burger King are garbage.
Garbage is. I don't know what Burger King's doing, but McDonald's actually got new management and put a sign up.
That it's really.
And dude, and it was like, hey, new management or something. Like almost like, give us a try. We know we've heard. We sucked.
Wow, that's funny.
And I tell you, I went there a couple times, and they're fucking great.
That's funny.
Now, I don't know what they'd be like if you went at midnight. 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. That was a problem.
Well, that's
before.
always going to be a little bit. Yeah,
not at all places.
That's interesting, though.
Yeah, it's. I don't know.
That McDonald's was one of the worst I've ever been to.
I think it all comes back down to selfish people. People are selfish. Like, there are people that will be the most noble and soapboxy, save the planet fucking guy, and the minute something's affecting his personal existence, his personal family, he will bury you in the mud to protect that, which he cares about. It's it's on a grand scale, and it's complicated, I get, but very easy for LeBron James to not to give it a lot. Hard to our government and people and this and that. You need to do better, and what white lives don't, Black Lives Matter, and all this shit. Really simple. And then when it gets complicated and you really do have to fucking push comes to shove to stick your neck out there, are you willing to go that mile then? When it costs you dollars, LeBron James? He wasn't. And it's like, that's what I see. How many more hundreds of millions of dollars does LeBron James need?
I know. No, you're right. I mean, dude, I thought about it when I talked about being in San Antonio doing the Alamo, when we were talking about the Chinese people and them standing up, and you're saying, oh, well, they're not going to win. I'm like, well, if you feel strong enough about it. And, like, when you think about that, like, I can't imagine what would have to happen where I would, like, I love fucking America. Love it. And I can't imagine what would, you and America love each other. I can't imagine what would be the case where I would actually be willing to die for it, though. And that's just an interesting thing, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, there were generations of young men that were.
I know.
And that's why you're here, able to be a shithead.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, dude,
right.
it's special. You know, that's why listening to the tapes of my grandpa, that's just the only example I have personally, is so powerful.
But that's my point.
You can hear it in their voices 60 years later.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, this country means something to them. That surprises me about you, E. As much as you love
I just don't
history,
know.
our history.
Well, what would I do? Like, I'm just wondering what the cause would be. That's what I'm saying. I wonder how big it would have to be before I would care.
Well, remember the movie about the guy, the true story? I think it was against the Japanese, right? What was the hill? Fuck.
Oh,
where he went up, but he wouldn't kill anyone. He wouldn't shoot a gun.
I'm not. You know.
And so he was like a medic, and just ran through the battle zone like crazy and saved.
Yes, I do kind of know what you're talking about.
Saved like 120 lives. Was responsible for dragging people down the hill and not leaving anyone behind. Like, just different.
I do know what you're talking
about. And dude,
about.
you know what? We were talking about that broken. I think that's what it was. The Jack White raconteurs.
Yeah,
thing.
yesterday.
And Jack White was talking about something that he had heard recently that he thought was really fascinating. About, you know, if you gave kids 50 years ago an assignment today to write a song, come back tomorrow. They said 95% of those kids would come back with a story about a mining accident in their town, or a song about, you know, the railway that their dad works on, or the Titanic sinking, something big going on in the world. And if you gave that assignment to kids today, 100% of those kids would write about themselves.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean? Like, that speaks volumes about society. You know?
Yeah.
It's about me. What can I get? What can I get? It's not about coming together as a community, as a town. I just don't feel that in most places.
I know but see, I've thought about that before, and I even in myself, I don't like it. I don't know what to do about that, even in my own. Even if I try to get better, quote unquote, like I have thought about that. Like when we talk about even England and stuff and the Royals, and I know we don't care about that, but like some of those countries, like when you do the Olympics, you'll see how much they fucking care. And I love them. I really do. I think this country is, if not the best, very close to the best place in the world to live.
What would even be close to better?
I don't know. I think that there's a lot that are closer at this point than there were at some. You know, probably England isn't that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Is Canada that hard to live in? You know what I mean? How much different is Canada? I'm just.
Well, you know, you've got one thing that all those countries you just mentioned don't have, and that's freedom of speech. Total freedom of speach.
Do they not have that really, though? I don't know.
No. You can be jailed, and people are jailed.
Canada?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They don't have a birthright to free speech in Canada or in Europe.
Okay, I'm not going to argue. I can't argue because I actually thought that he probably did. But
yeah, there are people in prison right now for shit they've written or said about the government.
Okay, well, either way, the point is, like, this country's fucking incredible, and you're right. I don't feel that in a way. Like, I don't feel like that 9/11 pride anymore, really. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel that even myself. And I will defend the country. I regularly, amongst people of friends I have, defend this country, and I still don't like cry when I see the flag necessarily, or I don't know.
I do too, E, and I know what you're talking about. Military guys can get me because those guys are so impassioned and absolutely will jump on a grenade for their boys. You know,
right?
That's reality for those guys. Those guys go to battle together, and that's just a bond that you don't see in very many aspects and walks of life. But
to die for, that's my biggest question for me. To die for, if something, what would come up that I would be willing to die
Well,
or to keep it going? Would I be willing to do that?
Dude, if you get further down the road with this girl,
Yeah.
and you marry her,
Yeah.
and something, someone comes up with a knife and on a street, you're
Yeah,
not
I'm
going
at
to jump
the-
in
you're
front of
right.
her.
I'm at
You
the
know what I mean?
point already at that.
You don't know
Yeah.
what you'd be,
No.
But no, my thing, E, is we see it time and time again, and it sucks that I know if push comes to shove and fucking me over or these people over betters you, there's a very good chance people are going to look out for themselves and only themselves, and that drives me nuts. And it's on all levels of government. It's why it pisses me off so much. Hunter Biden story. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Oh, did nothing wrong. No. Yeah, right. They're just paying you $80,000 a month. For what, Hunter? Every place you've ever fucking worked, daddy got you the gig, and you didn't deserve any of them. It's nepotism at its finest. It's greed and selfishness, and it doesn't need to be there.
I know.
What Jay always says, yo, man, how'd you get your money? How did you, public servant,
Right.
who spent 50 years as a public servant, making 80 grand a year, how do you have millions and millions of dollars? We all know. Greed across the board. The banks, the minute they could take advantage of the system, the banking industry gets bloated and ripped off up and down to the point that we don't have kids going to medical school anymore. They're bailing.
Right.
You're losing great minds that would have been in the medical field.
Oh, I know.
Because they can go make unbelievable money in the market.
Yeah, some of that stuff, though, to me, on the other hand, what can you do? That's just humanity.
I know it's humanity. It sucks. It's the selfish nature that we're in. You don't get that pull for each other vibe. It just doesn't. I don't feel it. Family, a lot of times in family,
Yeah, and even then,
not for everybody, dude.
Not for everybody.
Believe me.
That's
trust
always
me.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, my family, absolutely anything they could do for any one of us, they would, and I know that's super rare, and that's, I'm really lucky to have that. And a lot of people would not have family members that would stand behind them no matter what,
For sure.
All right, Jesus, should we get out of here? Jay did all those reads, right?
Yeah.
You got anything else?
No. I'm trying to think. I was trying to.
No,
I was see if there was something I could say.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'll give you a platform.
I don't know what to say.
Go ahead. You think of something to say.
You want to talk? I don't know. No, I don't know. Nothing.
It's all right. You're gonna. Well, we'll just kill it there.
You know what? I can. No, never mind.
Jesus.
That was weird.
No,
I made
it's
it
not.
weird.
Oh, you didn't make it weird. I made it weird by asking you. I just figured if you had anything, it's like, well, we got a couple minutes. We can
I'm starting to do open mics. I'm going to start to do open mic comedy again, starting
Good.
this week. So maybe I'll try to be more vocal about where I'm doing that if people want to go see it.
I don't blame you for not being vocal.
I know that's a problem.
I really don't.
I have no problem with people wanting to see that. What happened was a few years ago that time that, and I'm not blaming Jay. It's not not on Jay, but it's just it's annoying because I wish if I was in a position where I was having more regular Friday and Saturday shows, I would always invite listeners to go to a real show. If it was going to be 50 people and it's going to be, it's just this weirdness of having them go to a bar where there's 5 people and I'm kind of trying new stuff, or it's just not the same atmosphere, and not just new stuff, but it's not the same atmosphere when you're at a bar gig like that, because it's just not. And so I always feel this pressure for the listener to be like, well, he wasn't very funny. And it's I'm trying, man.
Yeah.
Did that remind you of something? Did that jog
Yeah,
your memory?
it did. I
About
heard,
Newberg being here in November, possibly, or no?
Yeah. Do you want to plug that? I don't have that
Sure.
information. in front
I
of
don't
me.
remember exactly how to get tickets, but he's at that one night Sands, is it? I
Yep.
forget. And it's in Waterford. I know that's next Friday and Saturday. I don't
Yep.
think he's doing Thursday. I think it's just Friday and Saturday. I believe.
Yeah. I'll get that information tomorrow because he was sending it to me. Because I think he's only got 30 tickets left.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I would say that I gave you enough information to me that if you want to go, you could go to Chris Newberg's Facebook or Facebook page or something like that and find it out. It's in Waterford. It's one night Sands or Stands, and it's Friday and Saturday, the 1st and 2nd for sure.
I was not going to mention that. I mean, I was, but
Yeah.
that's not what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
The guys, Bobby Kelly.
Oh,
and
yeah,
remember
yeah.
that tour Creeps with
I did see
Creeps
this.
with Kids?
Yep.
They got a Detroit date. Well,
Yep, I
the
saw
Emerald
that.
Theater in Mount Clemens. So, Aaron's been texting me like, dude, will you get behind this and help
Right.
plugs? I'm like, fuck yeah, you bring the guys in here and I'll do that.
Definitely.
So that is 4 legitimate
Heavy hitters. Yeah.
crush a room. You know what I mean? Like A-lister. Like
Right.
when you've got Bob Kelly and Ron Bennington and Jim Florentine. Jim Florentine, you can hear right now. He's special ed on Crank Yankers or whatever.
Yeah.
He was that voice.
Yeah.
That's back now. And then Rich Voss. All 4 of those are headliners.
How they're going to do that? Like half hour. They're not. No way they're doing. They're not.
No,
not
no,
doing
no.
no 4 hours.
I think what I was asking Bobby Kelly about that, and I think Bennington's going to host something.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he'll do a little bit, but he'll kind of be the MC.
Gotcha.
And because he's such a great interviewer, something like that. And I think Bobby said he was going to close the night, and then Voss. Voss is great. But dude, that's 4 legitimate headliners at the cost of $30.
Nice.
Total.
Nice.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be Saturday, January 18th at the Emerald Theater, and those tickets went on sale Friday.
Okay.
So if you want to go, I'll definitely be there. We'll be a part of that. So
Nice.
people should definitely get your tickets, especially $30, dude.
I know.
$30 a ticket. Holy shit. So that'll be a lot of fun. Anyway, if you need help with information, you can reach out to us. And with that,
Now we can go.
now we can go. All right. You go all right? Did your girl listen yesterday?
She did not. But there's no reason. I don't know. She didn't yet. She will probably at some point. But
Yeah. You gonna bring her around?
yeah,
She can do like snuffle up. I guess we never meet her. She's invisible.
No, it's just a little difficult right now because she's in Grand Rapids and she works a job that our days are a little different.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you'll meet her.
Yeah.
For sure.
I mean, I'm just like,
when she comes down to
Are we gonna do we'll have an event and she comes out to it? It's like, yeah, boy.
yeah.
Everyone gets to meet E's girl.
I mean, I technically, I had an interesting thing yesterday where I did on Facebook official. I don't know if I
saw
said that,
that.
but I am. She is. We are like I have a girlfriend now.
Oh, rub it in,
stuff,
E. We
so,
get
I mean,
it.
And so, I mean, but I didn't. Post
Well,
it.
yep, I'm girlfriend up
I'm not,
proper.
cuffing season, so I'm not.
You're an asshole. What'd you do for Sweetest Day?
I didn't. Luckily, I didn't know that I did, or not luckily, I didn't know that it happened to be this Saturday, which actually turned out kind of good.
Yeah.
And so some listeners are like, hey, by the way, if you're gonna be up north, it's Sweetest Day. I'm like, fuck. But actually,
Add more pressure.
You know what I did.
Isn't that the best when the listeners look out for you? Hey man, don't
It was
forget
actually
it's
good.
so-and-so.
I was glad.
Hell
they did.
yeah.
I was glad they did. I wouldn't, dude. I've never celebrated a Sweetest or Valentine's Day, and not because I don't believe in it, but because I've never had anyone to celebrate it with.
Dude, I was walking. Troy and I were at the store we at. We ran into a grocery store. He was making his chili or something.
yeah.
And he walks by and I'm like, I'm noticing all the chocolate roses and I'm
right,
like,
blah, blah, blah.
it's not even on my radar at all.
Right.
And he's like, shit, man, yeah, Sweetest Day. I was like, when? He's like, today. I was like, fuck, really?
Yeah.
I go, it's Sweetest Day? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay. Like, had no idea.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, so-
What I'll tell you. So I was going to, she really, this seems cliche being a girl. I know this, but she really does like chocolate. And so, I'm already taking her on this, we're staying at hotels 3 nights. And so it's not like so what I did is we were driving through this little town. And I noticed this little shop that was like a mom and pop shop. It said chocolate. And I U-turned and we got some hot chocolate and chocolate. We sat outside and ate it in this small town. And I said, happy Sweetest Day.
That's good.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, E.
There you
In
go.
fact, little tip, the weekend could be counted as Sweetest Day.
I know.
You didn't really.
I know.
I know it's the first one, so.
Well, I also picked up
Do
this
that, but-
leaf off the ground and that was really colorful and gave
God,
that
all
to
right.
her.
Before you completely destroy your fucking once great image on the show, Christ almighty. All right, let's get out of here. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging with the show, if you're still here. Don't enjoy hearing us two knuckleheads talk about romance. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you guys then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, Thank you, Detroit.